Well, I think that the public certainly cares about tuition for their kids. I think they care about the coastline and taking money from the coastline to pay for education, health care. They care about their hospitals being open or closed. They care about jobs in New Orleans with the university hospital not opening. They care about the film industry going in a different direction. I think that each one of us care about at least something, and I think, as you're pointing out, uh, something is going to be taken away from everybody, and in order to make this work,
yeah. See, that's a
shared sacrifice in some way.
Yeah, somebody's going to, the legislature and the media and you and myself and everybody else is going to have to stand up and say there's got to be shared responsibility. We can't get out of this hole this time. It's so deep that we've got to find some revenue, and the approach has got to be everybody's got to share in this pain and suffering. You can't go to any one industry or group or somebody who is sheltered in their income from the state collecting it. You can't do one or two of these areas. It's got to be a shared approach. And,
well, the problem is the problem is that we don't have a leader, and our leader is up in Fox News studio or elsewhere. I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, there needs to be a leader to make that argument. And it's not going to. We don't have it, and we'll see what emerges.
Well, it would be nice, but I don't think that whether he is or he isn't. It doesn't matter right now. Whether it's Jindal or whether it's the committee chairmanships, the House, the Senate president or the Speaker of the House, somebody's got to do it. Whether Jindal leaves a vacuum, and Jindal's popularity in Louisiana, of course, is not strong. I don't think his popularity is strong enough to get a lot done. He can get a lot done with the legislature if he decides to be an active player, but some of it actually is in conflict with his national agenda, and that's the problem. But I don't think legislators that I'm talking to are worried about Jindal. I mean, they have a job to do. They've got to get reelected, and they've got to. They're responsible for state government. They're responsible for those state employees, and they're responsible for those universities being able to remain open. So, let me tell you what they can't do. They can't say, "Well, I'm going to do nothing because we don't have a governor." That's not going to.
No, of course not. Of course. But what I'm saying though is that if you argue shared responsibility, shared sacrifice, something that I don't think the Louisiana voters really care that much about, okay? Because it means taxes, it means raise revenues, and you need a leader out there being a proponent of that. And if you don't have a leader being a proponent, you're going to have, you're going to have a lot of fragmented conversations and promotions. So that's really the point that I'm making.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a valid point, and if Jindal's perceived not to be included, if Jindal is not involved or Jindal can't help, it certainly has a potential to impact his legacy, and if it's bad enough down here, I don't think, and I've always said that I don't think Jindal can afford to let the system crash and have any kind of the repercussions nationally will impact him. So if he's look, he's running for president, and he doesn't want things to crash and burn in Louisiana. That's not how you run for president.
Sure.
Or run for be involved in the presidential campaign on the Republican primaries. You cannot let that happen if you're Jindal. And then you've got your legislative leadership. So Jindal doesn't have a choice but to be part of this process. If he wasn't running for president, he was tired of politics and he was getting out, that would be one thing. But he is running for president, he has to avoid a disaster back home, because I don't see how you could. It would certainly damage his national image and make it nearly, question. The question be, well, if it's that bad in Louisiana, why are you running for president? Because there would be charges that he mismanaged the state and all of those negative things. So Jindal doesn't have a lot of choice on this. He's got to be involved to make sure something does happen, and he's got to be involved in it, or I don't see how it doesn't damage his national ambitions.
Well, we shall see. We shall see. Okay, Bernie Pinsonat, thank you so much.